Welcome to Emit Productions Limelight, a television show presenting artists, musicians, and just plain cool people from the Carolinas. This episode, Moses Jones Band featuring Robert Johnson.
Went further in the competition.
So you just went to Memphis? That was for the blues competition? Is that correct?
Yeah. We won the IBC. We won the International Blues Challenge here to go to Memphis to play. But then it's so funny because we're not a blues band. But last year in July we won the Carolina Country Music Festival competition. So we went and played. Yeah, so we played the CCMF, which is like the largest country concert, and it was in Myrtle Beach. So we played that, and then we won the blues competition here in Charlotte. So I don't know, it's crazy. Whatever, it's destiny.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Emit Productions Limelight. We spotlight local musicians and artists. I am Emit Fitz Fleming, and my beautiful co-host is a painter and broadcaster, Miss Becky Gleason.
Hey, Emmett.
Hey, you doing okay today?
I'm doing great.
Today we are interviewing the great Robert Johnson of Moses Jones Band of Charlotte, North Carolina. How you doing, Rob?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
That's awesome.
So I hear that you won 2 Queen City Music Awards. Is that correct, or?
We won. Well, the band Moses Jones won Best Country Band this year, Queen City Music Awards.
Nice.
I had won Best rock vocalist or something a couple years ago for Queen City.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice.
Which was cool.
So I think we're going to ask you, what are you working on right now?
We're working on our record. Moses, this will be our first. Whether we decide to release an EP or a full size record, we're not really sure yet. We have enough material to do both. But the way that sales are, as far as music, hard copies of music, it makes more sense to actually have 2 EPs than it does to have one record because it's more money.
Gotcha.
I could charge $20 for an EP and then $20 for part 2.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So if you had one thing to tell your fans, would you say, hey, rush to go buy this or rush to go to your shows? What would you, if you connect to them directly right now, what would you say to them?
I would say thank you for the support that they've given us this far because it's been absolutely fantastic.
That's good.
Yeah, it has been, and they support. There's no doubt they're at all the shows. They're family really. They're there. They support the music. They share the music. They reach out and make sure that we're okay. They check on us, and yeah. When I say it's a family, it's a family.
It's a family affair. Huh?
It is. Except it's not a family like you don't want to see them, and you don't mind seeing these people.
It's like a redheaded stepchild.
Yes. There's cousin Randy. Oh, geez, I don't see that guy.
I would think that most fans would just love to have that kind of a family or that group of fans that follows them and supports them in that way.
Right. I would hope that they would. It's fantastic. It really is nice.
Well, along those lines, tell us a little bit, if you would, about how all of this started for you. You had mentioned earlier today
It's dizzying.
about you playing that rubber band guitar.
Right in my
So
ear.
way back.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It really. God, it really all started when I was 8 years old, and my mom had a party at her house, and one of the guys that was there left his 8-track tape collection, and in that was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles, and he never came back. So I kept his 8-track tape collection, and so it started with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So I listened to that on repeat constantly because the 8-track would just play until it burned up.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Just clicked on the 4th on Get By With a Little Help from My Friends, and then it was on. So
to all of our fans out there that don't know what an 8-track is,
sorry, I'm dating
that.
that.
8-track was great stuff. It was pre-cassette or CD, y'all.
Yeah, it was pre a lot of things. Yeah. So then later on down the road, I had some friends while we were at lunch one day, and they were all in a band. And we went to a Christian school. My mom put me in a Christian school because I was having trouble in regular school, like in middle school. So she thought it would be a good idea to put me in Christian school. When I got to Christian school, I realized that every parent thought that was a good idea. So all the kids that were having problems in middle school was my buddies in Christian school. We had a blast.
Your little posse, right?
We had a blast. I mean, it took me a while to take over the leadership of the gang, but I figured it out later on. But so we started a band from there, and then I didn't have a guitar, so they brought me an acoustic, and they just pulled the rest of the strings off of it, and then I practiced "Heaven's on Fire" by Kiss and "Cream," "Sunshine of Your Love." I practiced that until I was dizzy. And then, so we got those songs down, and then we started writing songs, like right off. We didn't care about, like, really playing other people's music. It was just enough to get it, to get the notes down, and then we started ripping everybody else off.
So you were like in junior high then?
Yeah, I was in junior high. I was in,
That's a lot of character to have in junior high. Say, forget the covers, we're just going to go in and do our own thing.
And that's what we did.
That takes a lot of character.
We had books and books of music, man. It was awesome. It really was. And then, I played bass up until I was about 20 years old, and the bass is a lonely instrument. You can't really sit out on your front porch and play the bass. You know what I mean? It's like, boom, boom. It's like, well, listen to this song, boom, boom. What about this one? Boom. So then I started playing acoustic guitar, and it was, that's a game changer right there.
You and I probably have sort of the same background. I mean, I did go to a Christian school. I went to a Catholic school for a little bit, and then I moved over and started playing bass first. Actually, I think I was telling you before. I just kind of picked up the bass on a whim, actually, literally. And now recently been playing acoustic and trying to sing with it. But you've taken it and you've ran with it, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's I put it off for a long time. I got married. I had kids. I raised my kids, and then when they got old enough to go do their thing, I was like, well, hold on, it's time for me to get back on it. And then I was Moses Jones actually formed in church. So so the original members were me and Michael Rowan, he was my conga player, and Rodney Wallen, and this guy named Richard. I can't remember Richard's last name, but anyway, I was playing praise and worship music, and I would write praise and worship music. But the problem was I had all these other songs that weren't praise and worship music. We even practiced in the church, and we called the band Worship Theory. That was the name of the band. Okay. And then when I kind of left that church, and then Mike did his thing, and then I called him back one day. I was like, man, it's sad. I have all these original songs, and we're not playing them. Let's put something together. And then we started in my basement and started, banging these songs out and writing and really making it happen. And we did really good in we all lived in Gastonia, and Gastonia at that time in 2011 was covered up with cover bands. That's all it was. If you weren't in a cover band, they weren't going to hire you. And
when was it? 80s, 90s?
No, it's 2011. 2011.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure where we were.
Yeah. So we were, we were working with her name's Amber. We worked with her. It was a place called Freeman's, and a lot of people said, well, we're not going to hire you if you don't play at least 85% covers. I said, well, I'm not playing 85% covers. We play original music. That's what we do. We'll give you some covers to make you happy, but that's just not what we do. And then we just went at it, and we went into these places and said, okay, well, let's just try it and see. And then our fans started coming out because they wanted to hear the originals.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, we have a movement in Gastonia for original music, and then we actually, at Freeman's, they started a thing called Original Songwriters Night, which was an idea that we had that it blossomed in all of these open mics that you see now. These original songwriter open mics are fashioned off of that idea that we came up with.
So you guys grandfathered it in this, or the founding fathers?
We did, man. We did.
That's
because we weren't going to do it, and we played our first festival in Gastonia. It was a homegrown festival. And I was talking to the promoter, and he goes, man, listen, we got to have cover music in Gastonia. And I said, well, we have to have cover music, and that's your fault, because you're the promoter. That means you're promoting it. Right. So stop promoting it. Right. Start promoting something else.
Be open-minded about it.
Be open-minded. Let's move.
Develop into something else.
Exactly. Right? I'm tired of hearing Freebird, man. I love it when Leonard Skinner does it, but I don't. If you don't have 3 guitars, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Man.
Good point. Very good point. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you said something about theory earlier, and that ties right into my next question. Actually, but first of all, do you know theory? But do you think that having music theory is more important or talent?
I have no idea what theory is.
There it is. There it is.
That was
folks.
a fist bump, by the way.
Yeah. It was a left.
You couldn't hear that? I was like,
Yeah. It was a left fist bump there. I know some theory, but I'm not the type of person that can sit there and say, oh, that's a G minor, and be able to do and look at a note sheet and be able to figure it out. Some of the greatest, Eddie Van Halen, you've got Jimi Hendrix, Dave Grohl, Lionel Richie, all of them don't know any of that. It's all ear. And myself, I learned by ear.
That's me. The best thing that ever happened to me, it was so funny that, like, put that in perspective. I had decided at one time that I wanted to, like, really start playing lead guitar because I never could find a good lead guitar player, and it was always a problem trying to find one, and they always just seemed to be crazier than the drummer, And I had gotten my drummer straightened out, and he was great, so I knew I had a good drummer, but I could not find a good guitar player that didn't overplay. They just overplayed too much. And then, so I went, and I was going to start taking lessons, and I went to this guy, and he goes, okay, well, your picking pattern's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong. But then I look up, and he's got these posters in the studio where he's teaching me, and it's Jimmy Page, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, and Kurt Cobain, whatever. And I was like, do you think those guys knew all this stuff that you're teaching me? And he goes, no, probably not. And I said, well, there's no sense in me knowing it either, buddy. This is my last lesson. Wow. And I walked out. I mean, nothing. I mean, that's great for some people, but I think, and I could be wrong. And I don't want to offend any of my studio people because those guys, without them, I wouldn't know any of, they showed me a lot of stuff.
I agree with you.
But I've always kind of wondered, like, if I play a note that I know is theoretically wrong to play, but I know that it sounds good to me, then I won't play it if I know not to play it. Mm-hmm. It's like James Brown said, everything's a drum.
Exactly.
Everything's a drum. Everything's a drum. Don't tell me, does it sound good?
Right.
Does it feel good?
Hey, you did, Bobby.
Then it is good. That's right. I mean, that puts it in perspective for me.
All right. Here's Moses Jones, Robert Johnson singing "Told Me You Would Be."
Lord, you come round to. You get caught out in the rain, baby. Lord, I'll be the shelter for you. I know you wear your heart right on your sleeve. It's well protected, baby. Oh, you can just leave with me. You will make me believe I can do no wrong. When you look into my eyes, all the pain I felt was gone. Sometimes what you need is a difficult to see. But you was right here all the time, just the way you told me. Just the way you told me you would be. Just where you told me. What you need is a difficult to see. You were right here all the time, just the way you told me, just the way you told me you would be. Lord, just the way you told me, yeah, like you told me you would be. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, baby, Lord, I got the month of May. Talking about my girl, talking about my girl, Lord, talking about my girl. Yeah, I'm talking about my girl.